City, the National City Bank, Sandbox, Wayne's Jewelers, Petrola's Dairy, Mario's Restaurant, Hillsborough Tavern, Unibank with your halftime scoreboard show, Air Excellence, DeCarlo's Pizza, M&M Hardware, Franciscan University, Hilliard Lions, the Pizza Hut, Biggio Ford Lincoln Mercury, and your warm-up brought to you by the Target Sports Shop. And a very good Saturday evening, everyone. Jim Huggins, John Neese from Harding Stadium, and the opener for the Crusaders, and they take on a team that's 8-3 and making the playoffs, but the last couple of years they had 4 appearances during the 90s, but 5-5 the 2 years after that, and then last year 8-3, and they've got a young team coming in here tonight.
Very young, Jags. When you only have 4 seniors in your starting lineup and you're starting a freshman at quarterback, your key position, in the sense, it sounds like even though they're 5-5 the last 2 years, you might be in a rebuilding year with only 4 seniors.
Crusaders last year making the playoffs and losing in the first round to Lisbon David Anderson, the eventual state champion, and a few holes to fill for the Crusaders too, but they're eager and ready to go. We'll be back with more of your pregame after this timeout. Well, still a few minutes away from the start of tonight's game as the Catholic Central Marching Band out on the field as they went through the alma mater and the national anthem, and not very many people here from Tusky, but the Crusaders expecting a pretty good crowd, and should be a pretty nice night. Kind of warm, a little bit muggy down on the field, but as I was down there earlier, but it'll get cooler once the sun goes away.
A little warmer than it was on Thursday evening, which I thought was outstanding weather for early season football. Looking at the Crusaders, Jack, one of the biggest teams, offensive and defensive lines that I've seen for Catholic Central in years. You got guys like Matt Gould, 215 a junior, Duke Fort, 245 a junior, Mike Campana, 260 a senior, Jason Golick, 252 a senior, and Derek Thorne, 241 a senior. Some big troopers up front for the running backs, and we saw Brandon Ice last year. He's a hard-running fullback, and we saw in many cases Joe Lucchino as a backup running back. Now he gets his chance to shine with a good fullback in there. This got to help Lucchino and a veteran at quarterback, and Joe Petrozzi, who started a number of games last year and was an integral part of the Crusaders' 8-2 regular season squad. He'll be the full-time quarterback this year.
It's so much easier for him to break in knowing that he's going to be the man this year, last couple of years, backing up Benji Claus, but Benji's gone now, and he gets to be the man, and he's got a veteran running back in Brandon Ice to rely on to get him the tough yardage, and he's got the speedster, and Lucchino, in flashes last year. We saw him break some pretty good runs, and he will be counted on for some good speed, but also some speed at the wide receivers, too, with Paul Marook leading the charge there, and Coach Farrar talking about his receiving corps earlier in the week, saying that a couple of guys are stepping up for him, among them Brad Pavlik and also Brent Ferroni, and then when Chad Biggio is healthy, it will give them another weapon. So you can't really key on one guy, it seems like, in this Crusader offense.
I think Paul Marook can be one of the premier players in the Valley this year. He shined at defensive back last year, and now he'll get a chance to shine at wide receiver. He's got excellent speed, good hands, and nice moves. He could be a very key performer in the Crusaders' surge for the playoffs in Coach Farrar's second year.
The Crusaders and the Crusaders will be up after this for the Target Sports Shop. Well, the Crusaders will kick it off. They'll go left to right on your radio dial in the home blue jerseys with the gold pants and the blue helmets. Tusky, meanwhile, with the off-yellow pants, I guess you say, white jerseys with the dark helmets and dark numerals. I can tell if it's black or a really dark blue, but they will receive.
Kicking off is number 11, who's not listed in the program. He's the soccer player, but I'm not sure what his name is. Do you have it?
Phil Rook.
Phil Rook is the man. Okay, Phil. I know he's up from the soccer squad.
Those guys usually have some pretty good legs.
Well, he's not very big, which normally the soccer-style kickers aren't. They said Troy Dennis would do the PAT. So Rook approaches, high and short. Jones grabs it on the 19, up the gut, 20, 25, hit at the 30, and crosses to the 31-yard line as Chad Biggio makes the stop for the Crusaders.
Nice high kick. You see a lot of teams nowadays kicking that higher football to allow their defensive coverage to get down a lot sooner instead of kicking it deep and letting them set up the return. It gives you a little bit of an advantage.
Husky Central Saints They got a big fullback in there, Brian Morrison, former lineman, 253 pounds. The quarterback, the youngster, we have no weights on these guys, basically, is Mike DeLand. Long count. Counter play. Here comes Jones to the outside, finds a hole, breaks a tackle over to 35, and spins out to the 37-yard line before Robert Orsini, the outside linebacker, makes the defensive play along with Jason Golick. But a nice first play, good ball handling by the youngster DeLand.
Yeah, pick up about 6 yards, and you know, the first play of the game a lot of time dictates, and they were able to get a good start right off the ball, and that's nothing but a confidence booster when you can pick up at least 6-7 yards on the first carry.
Fox is a wing right. We got a wide receiver, White. Actually, they're in the run and shoot this time with wingbacks left and right. Here comes the motion man, Fox. But it goes to the big fullback, Morrison. Morrison, he's dragging tacklers with Morrison almost to the first down marker at the 41.5. He was stopped at the 39. Bottom of the pile, hanging on for dear life. Jason Golick, 252-pound defensive senior tackle.
He was getting a good offensive line push, and he just came right up behind him and just pushed him even further. And they're going to call timeout for a measurement. Looks like he's going to be close to the first down.
I'm going to see if I can make my first call of the year. Let me see the football. I'd say he's got it by half of the football. Stretch the chains. He's got it by the full football. This time we got a wide receiver, Nate Vaughn to the left, wingback Fox to the right, and the backs are split behind the freshman quarterback. Long count. Here comes Morrison, the fullback. He stacked up over the left side. Initial contact was Chad Vizio diving in there from his cornerback position as they're coming up to the line of scrimmage quickly, sort of telling Tusky, hey, we're going to crowd the line. We want the freshman to throw the football.
That's exactly when a guy has...
We'll call it 2nd and 11. At the 40.5-yard line, this time split end left. Wingbacks left and right. Fox moving from his right wing position in motion. Here's a draw play. Morrison, 44. Staying at home is inside linebacker Brandon Ice making the stop. As on the draw, Ice did not assume pass and drop out. He stayed right in his hole, and he dropped in at the 44 for a 3-yard pickup, 3rd and 7. Out over the football is big number 65, Keith DeCaminata. We have no weights, but I got to believe he's 220 to 230. Again, double wing, Fox in motion. Back in the pocket. Land over the middle. Has Fox. He's got a first down and some. 50, 45, 40 out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Nice throw. A little short flip over the middle to the wingback in motion who went right to left and then came back across the middle. And the land with good protection put it right on the numbers to the 38-yard line. 12 and 6. That's an 18-yard pickup and a second straight first down. Vaughn is a wide receiver right. Wingback left is Jones. Here comes the blitz, and Brendan Ice has entered the neutral zone. Unless the offense
plays some football and only a freshman, but he looks pretty poised.
He can't be 150. He looks like he's about 130. In motion, Fox. Roll out. DeLand flips it in the flat, and he showed his nervousness there as he had Jones wide open in the right flat at the 30, and he threw it about 5 yards over his head.
Nice job to get him out of the pocket and roll him over here to the other side. And as you said, but you know, the thing is, when you've got a young guy like that, and everybody, I think, is
as Jackson Brindley is a wide receiver left, Fox a wing right, the backs are split. Jones and Morrison. Here comes Fox in motion again. Here comes Morrison, left side, finds a hole. Morrison to the 30, and that's all. He had a hole, but hitting him on the legs low was the inside linebacker Matt Gould, who slowed him up. Otherwise, the big train would have been moving, so it'll be 3rd down and about 1.5 at the 30.
This drive is 3.5 minutes long.
Double tight end this time with Fox a wingback right. Backs are split. See if they go with the fake to the fullback, give it to the
look out.
Fullback ran into the quarterback, and I think that's what it was. He turned the wrong way, did DeLand, and Morrison almost knocked him down. No gain at the 30.
Yeah.
He was going to fake it to the fullback and come back to the halfback.
Ice coming up to be one of the guys making initial hit along with Brent Ferroni to finish him off, but they got kind of jammed up in the middle there, turned the wrong way on the handoff, and now they're faced with 4th and a yard.
4th, and Hinkle's a wide receiver right. Jones is in the slot left. Quarterback sneak, and he got an initial quick push, and I think he's got the first down at the 28. Gutsy call by the Tusky Saints coach.
He's just to get inside the 29-yard line, and they're going to give it to him, pick up a 2 and another first down.
So they've moved from the 31
to giving their quarterback a chance to really screw up and put pressure on him. They're nice, safe plays, little passes, nothing further down the field.
Split end left, wing left. Here comes Fox in motion left, and there's flags. That's delay. The back judge threw that flag. Frank Holmes, I think, is your back judge. Too much time. So the Saints now will have it 1st and 15, where they just had it recently 1st and 5 after the Crusader 5-yard penalty. Play of game.
Duke's a monster.
Duke looks like he's playing defensive tackle. Here comes Fox in motion on 1st and 15. Rolling out, he flips it back to the other side, does DeLand, to his wingback Timmy Bachman, and Bachman is snowed under.
Yeah, Mike Zukoski coming up and staying with the receiver, wrapping him up, waiting for help to arrive, and they nail him back here for a loss.
That's back at the 36-yard line, so a completed pass for a -3. As now DeLand 2 out of 3 for 15 yards. It's 2nd and 19. 6.5 minutes to go in the quarter. This is a very nice time-consuming drive. Hinkle, single receiver left. It's a double wing, or otherwise known as the run and shoot. There comes the motion man Jones. He gets it on the counter. He lost the football, and falling on it is Brandon Ice. The Crusaders dodge a bullet. Ball handling not the best. You could see the ball laying on the hip of wingback Jones that time, and he just never had control of it. So Golick recovers after the 3-yard pickup at the 33-yard line, and the Crusaders take over with the fumble recovery.
And they held the ball for 5 minutes and 49 seconds.
Excuse me, I said Golick. That was Brandon Ice. Initially, I mentioned that on the fumble recovery. So the ball handling that looked good early for the youngster DeLand fails him. And it's 1st and 10. Here's a toss to Ice, trying to go outside with the fullback. He runs over the first tackler. He runs through 2 more tacklers. He's still going. He's over the 45, out to the 48. Brandon Ice says, I'm not going around him. I'm going through him.
Yeah, you know what hurts? The first blocker that out there in front of him isn't able to get the block, and he had to fight through that tackle. He should have been stopped behind the line of scrimmage, but he just kept churning and chugging along and picked up some big yardage, 15 yards.
15 big ones. I'm going to tell you what, he ran over 1 and through 2 more. 15 on the play. Held back is Lucchino. An offset eye with twin receivers right for the Crusaders. Petrozzi, the senior quarterback, barks the signals. 1st and 10, it is 48. There's a little counterplay. Lucchino left side. He's over midfield, and then he's stacked up as he's at the 49.5 of Tusky Central. As pushing him back was 33, inside linebacker Jason Martinelli.
He picked up a couple, and you can listen to the Crusader crowd as they started to ooh because it looked like he was going to have a big game, but he took the handoff pretty far deep, about 6 yards, and by the time he gets to the line of scrimmage and up, the hole closes, and they're able to stop him. 2nd and 8, Tom Daly, the 165-pound junior, out over the football. We've got twin receivers left. The backs are split this time. Here comes the motion man. That's Brent Ferroni. Back in the pocket, now rolling out. Flipping it out, intended for Marook, incomplete as Marook was turned around over there, defended by Nate Vaughn out near the first down marker in front of the Saints bench. It'll be 3rd and 8. It looked like it, Patrick.
Neck pad. Marook is left. Pavlik is right. Clark is tied at right end. Ocean man. Fake the draw. Petrozzi rolling. He's going deep. He's looking for either Marook or Ferroni, and it's overthrown, and the Saints have held at midfield, and the Crusaders will punt.
It's difficult when you roll out to the left. You've got to stop and turn back the other way before you throw the football. Two guys in a pattern, but there was decent coverage out there, and if you did throw it away on purpose, it was a smart move.
After an initial 15-yard gain, the Crusaders forced the punt. Like to send out along best wishes for a speedy recovery to Connie Jones, my man, Mary Lou's dad. Not able to attend this evening, but definitely listening with those new batteries in his radio. Hope you get well soon, Connie. Good snap. Marook will do the punting. End over end. Coming up on it and grabbing it on the run and being immediately hit is Aaron Grego. Grego not allowing it to bounce. Fielded it at about the 22 and might have got to the 25, maybe the 26-yard line. 1st and 10 after the short punt. Replays. 4:47 to go first quarter. We're scoreless. Hinkle's a wide, well, he's a split end all the time. When they split a guy left, wing back right, it's Fox. Morrison and Jones in the backfield. Here goes Jones. He's hit in the backfield. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage.
First guy getting penetration, 63, Duke Fort.
Saw Duke's dad outside.
I was talking to, I've known Duke since he was about 12 years old. I used to work with his mom, except for the outcome.
Yeah. And Brooke, not out of the woods, is they got John Marshall coming in. We got two receivers to the right. Backs are split. DeLand, the freshman quarterback. Play action, rolling out.
He's running.
He's got a man open, but he's going to run the football. He's over the 30. He's out to the 34-yard line as he hits the deck, grabbing him low. Eric Taylor, 182-pound senior defensive end. Short of the first down. At the 30, Hinkle, split end right. Fox, wing right. Long count. Central with a 5-man front. Jones, option pass. He's being pressured. He gets away. Now he's going to run. 30, 35, first down and some. 40 out of bounds, and a flag from the back judge.
That's coming back. Brandon Ice was pursuing over to the sideline. He got shoved in the back over to the other sideline, and that's what the call is going to be.
The back judge threw that flag. As Jones did a terrific job of getting away from the heat, the clipping penalty is going to be called. It'll nullify a nice gain and a first down, and it'll bring up 3rd and a bunch. Flag thrown at the 40. Now 2 guys in motion. Oh, I guess you can do that.
No,
there's the flag. I guess you can't. Back in the pocket, DeLand, he's sacked.
I'll take
back at the 17.
Hey, I think you take the result of the play here and make them punt the football.
Central ought to get excellent field position this time. Thorne with the sack along with Golick.
I think maybe those guys knew it as they passed each other.
That's a no-no. You can't have 2 guys moving like that. They'll bring up 4th down.
They take the loss from the 25 back to the 20.
Just the 20? I thought he was back around the 17. So it's a 5-yard loss. And they'll shift into punt formation, I assume, as Jones will be the punter, and they're shifting all over the place. Wait a minute, they're going to throw the football. What the heck is that? That was 4th down. Incomplete with a flag. They threw it to the wide receiver, number 10, Nate Vaughn. Did they realize it was 4th down at their own 20-yard line and 16 to go?
That's interesting.
Wow.
Decline a penalty and take the football.
Takes over. I'm not sure they knew it. Wow. What a break for the Crusaders. Incomplete pass.
You know, there's one difference. There's one thing about being aggressive, but there's another thing about being
stupid.
Yeah, well, you can say I won't say that.
That's stupid. Unless they didn't realize that it was 4th down. I don't know. Although that wasn't their regular quarterback, so they had to know it was 4th down.
Jones is probably their punter, and he came up. Maybe they were trying to catch him by surprise, but not.
Nope, right up the gut. Ice has a little hole. Sidesteps the tackler. 15. He's down to 10. Breaks another tackle inside the 10, down to the 7. Brandon Ice showing a few moves that time. He wasn't running over people.
No, the official got in his way. As he tried to cut to the left side, he had running room, ran an official, and then to come back to the right.
Bauman made the stop, but not before Brandon Ice is down at the 7-yard line. So on his first carry, he got 15. This time he got 13. So he's carried it twice for 28 yards. And he's gotten both Central first downs. First and goal. Offset I. Aquino the tailback. Wide receivers left and right for Petrozzi. Dive play Ice. Ice breaks the first tackle. Ice continues to go. Ice is into the end zone. The man does not want to go down. Brandon Ice from 7 yards out. Crusaders on the board with 2:37 to go in quarter number 1.
Yeah, started out as a simple play. It looked like he was held up at around the 5-yard line, but he just didn't give up. When we see him on the first carry of the game where he didn't give up when he had a guy around him, he just kept pushing forward, able to punish the defenders and take it in there. And he's pretty big, 6 foot, 195. But I think he plays bigger than that.
I question that weight. Well, I don't think they're lying, but he looks a lot bigger. Right up the gut on the straight dive. So it takes Central 2 plays after they went for it on 4th and 15 at their own 20-yard line. Troy Dennis in for the conversion. Petrozzi will hold, snap down, kick up, right through the upright, 7-0. Crusaders on top, 2:37 to go first quarter. Back after this.
Next time you're in the neighborhood, there's a friendly welcome for every football fan at Hillsborough Tavern on McClister Avenue. Relax with a delicious sandwich.
It was quite enjoyable. Rook kicking off for the second time. High, a little deeper than last time at the 17. Jones right up the gut as a blocker. 20 goes right through him. 25, 30, 35. Jones finally collared by 3 Crusaders at the 38-yard line as he snuck right under their arms. Out there was Nick Lametry hitting initial contact at 2 or 3, 26 and 38. Hinkle split left, wing back right, counter play. Jones, nice running over the 40. Jones to the 43-yard line.
He got a nice seal-off block to the inside from number 44, Fox, as one of the Crusader defenders coming in. Looked like he might have had a shot at him, and all of a sudden Fox stepped in and pushed him away.
Daly and Gould, the inside linebackers, combined for the tackle, but not before a 5-yard pickup for Scott Jones. 35 yards on 13 rushes, unofficial, for the Saints. 2 receivers left, a wingback and a split end. The land. Little counter action. Here comes Fox. He cuts it over left end. Fox crosses the 45, dragged down at the 46 by Derek Thorne, a 241-pound senior defensive tackle. It'll be 3rd and about 2 at the 46.
Offense giving the Crusaders many looks as far as how they're going to run the football, left, right, up the middle, and everything else, and then the little dink pass plays in between there. So they're not being predictable.
It looks like almost any time the halfback carries, they're always faking it to the fullback to hold the linebackers. Now there's an official timeout. We'll keep it here for a
chin strap
repair on the part of 44, Brandon Fox.
Minute 14 remaining in the first period, 7-0 Central lead.
I saw. Illinois more so than Michigan. 3rd and 2, big 3rd down play. Did they jump to the neutral zone? No, yes, they did. And the fullback was going to get it, but the Crusaders on the long cadence by the freshman quarterback are drawn offside, and that'll get walked in. I thought it was a running back, and when I found out it was the quarterback. Fox a wing right. Wide receiver left is Nate Vaughn. Here comes Fox in motion to join Vaughn. Here comes the fullback, Morrison. He's hit immediately, and he drags the tackler with him, but Tom Daly would not leave him go as he hit him low, and that's what you got to do with those big boys, because they'll shed you if you try to grab them up top. It's a loss of about a half a yard.
Daly just went right in there, met head on, and took the big fullback down, and Morrison probably weighs, I believe they said 235, and he's a pretty big kid, but Daly also checking in at number 55 at...
He's a youngster. He's not that big.
Oh, 165.
165. He looks a little bit bigger. Brother of one of my favorite football players and now teacher, assistant coach, Stevie Daly at Catholic Central. As quarter number 1 has come to a close. It's been a good one for the Crusaders. They lead the Tuscarawas Central Saints 7-0. Jags and I will be back after this.
2 minutes and 57 seconds.
Yeah.
And they had some pretty good yardage too, but
you would think that with ball control and yardage that they would be winning this football game, but they're not, because they pulled, I thought, what was a bonehead play on 4th and 15 at their 20. They faked a punt and threw a pass, and even if it would have been completed, the guy had a guy right on top of it. Gave Central the football, and then Central just gave it to Brandon Ice, and he went from the 20 to the 7 to the goal line.
Tusky with 9. Number 10, Nate Vaughn, is split to the right side on 2nd down. The land under center calling signals. Fox starting to come in motion. He'll get the handoff left side as a whole inside to 48, maybe.
Get a geyser in clinch, even the biggest.
Forward progress will get him at the 47, a pickup of a couple.
Good gang tackling by the Crusaders.
Okay, so it's 3rd down and 9 for the Saints at the Crusader 47. Receiver split to the right side. The land calling signals, overlooking the defense. Long count, and he'll fake the handoff, go back to pass, being pressured in the backfield, but he gets away, but he's going to be nailed at about the 46-yard line. First man moving in to get the pressure was number 85, Tom Clark.
And finally wrapping him up was the safety man, Paul Marook, along with 77, Jason Golick. Yeah, Clark coming real hard from his defensive end position.
So now the Saints may punt here on 4th down and about 7 or 8 on the Crusader 46-yard line.
I figure Craig Farrar wants to put as much heat as he can on his freshman quarterback. They're lining up like they did last time, but I don't think they're going to do it again.
And here they go.
Punt formation.
Jones moving back into punting formation. Sets up at the 40-yard line. A snap's a good one. Has plenty of time. Gets the kick away. Low line kick. It'll be taken by one of the upbacks at the 20-yard line. Up over the 25 to the 30. Big hole. Still on his feet is number 34, and that is Mark Menendez, and he will get out past the 40, but there's a flag back at the 31.
Menendez and Marook will normally be the deep guys, and Mark Menendez showing some nice moves there, fielding it cleanly. Makes a nice return from the 19 all the way out to the 43, but the flag flipped at about the 31.
10:18 remaining first half. 7-0 Crusader lead. Petrozzi under center has 2 backs with Ice and Lucchino. Coming in motion is Ferroni. He drops the ball and falls on it right there at around the 16-yard line. Big break, able to just make the recovery on his own, and he'll lose a yard.
First time we've seen Central in the straight I formation. That was probably going to be the blast play with Ice leading and Lucchino carrying, but Petrozzi in his haste to pull out under center dropped the football.
2nd and 11 now from the 16-yard line. The line of scrimmage was the 18, so he'll lose a couple. 3 wideouts this time as Havlik, Ferroni, and Marook all in it. Petrozzi back to pass. Stop, throws across the middle, complete to Clark at the 25-yard line. Rides as a defender out to about the 29. He'll have enough for the first down.
Little down, maybe straight down 10, and cut it out by the tight end, and Petrozzi, who didn't throw his first 2 balls very well, drilled that in between the linebacker and the safety man for a nifty gain of 14 yards.
First reception of the year for the Crusaders. Petrozzi now 2 for 3 for 14 yards. Central picks up their 3rd first down.
He completed one earlier?
No, that one. What did I say, 2 for 3?
Yeah,
1 for 3.
I know it's early in the year and I'm missing them.
First down, he faked the handoff. Petrozzi back to pass, rolling to the outside, has a man open. Marook with a catch out at the 42. He'll go down immediately as they had to come back to get the football, but he'll have enough for another first down.
We'll see that connection quite often this season. That's a nice throw by Petrozzi, rolling left against the grain, had pressure on him. He drilled it, and Marook made a nice catch as he had to go to his knees.
We'll give him 11 on the completion. Another first down for the Crusaders as they moved it out to just outside the 41-yard line with 9 minutes remaining in the first half. Wind receivers out to the left this time. Petrozzi with a long count. He'll hand it off. Second man coming through. Lucchino has a big hole out to the 40 to 45-yard line. Out to the 50. One cut inside. Flag down. This one's going to come back. Lucchino's finally pulled down inside the 40-yard line at about the 37.
Touchdown saving tackle by Mike Hinkle as Lucchino made a super move. Boy, they ran the draw delay off of the eye. Holding penalty where? 48-yard line of Tusky Central, so give him 9 and 2. Give Lucchino 11 yards. Penalties hurting Central now. 4 of them for 35 yards. We still got 8:44 to go in the first half. Central leading 7-0 and appearing to get their offense in high gear here in the second quarter.
That takes it back to the 42-yard line. So now the Crusaders will have first down and 9. The clock continues to run. A nice big hole by Lucchino, and he showed some good cutback ability a couple of times.
Haven't seen that play run before off of the eye, like a little draw delay.
Rook split to the left, Ferroni over on the right side. On first down, they'll fake the handoff, go back to pass. Petrozzi had a man wide open as ice, and he dropped the football at the 44.
Brandon wanted to run before he grabbed it.
7-0 Crusader lead. Maruk on the left side. Pavlik on the right side this time. They'll hand off to Lucchino with a big hole at the 45. Out to the 50-yard line, still on his feet and dives forward for a couple of more. Inside of Saints territory, they'll mark him down at the 47.
Good block by Ice on the right side of the Crusader offensive line. Tommy Clark, the tight end over there. 63, Duke Ford over there. Center to Daly. What's his first name? Tommy Daly. And Lucchino showing very quick feet to make the adjustment and make tacklers miss.
It gives them a good combination with the power back Ice and then the scat back, if you will. Lucchino able to get out there quickly. He's got 24 yards on 3 carries. Another first down inside Saints territory. 1st and 10 Crusaders at the 47. Ice and Lucchino in the backfield again on first down.
First time we've seen double tight ends.
Here comes Ferroni in motion. They'll hand off to Lucchino again, looking for a big hole. 45-40. Needs to bring a tackle. He does get it, but inside the 35 before he's pulled down at the 34. If he gets away from that tackler, it'll be a touchdown.
Yeah, Scott Jones got him low. Lucchino again with the blast block from Brandon Ice off of the I formation and the double tight ends. You just need a little hole, and this is a good timeout by the Saints because Central's moving to football. 7:44 to go in the half. Crusaders up 7-zip. They're moving.
We'll be back. Pavlik and Maruk will be split to the right side. Petrozzi from the 34-yard line with another long count. And this time short drop, throws back to Maruk. Maruk at the 35-yard line, and he's going to be pushed around. No, he gets away, cuts inside to the 30-yard line, still on his feet, and finally knocked out of bounds at about the 28.
It's unbelievable that they were not able to bring Paul Maruk down. He was surrounded by 3 white-shirted Saints over there, and he broke 3 tackles and made a gain out of a loss. It was a flanker screen is what it was.
Pickup of 6 yards. Maruk with a second catch for 17 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 4. They need to get to the 24-yard line.
Little equipment adjustment there now for Maruk. Big Mike Campana, all 260 pounds of him, fixing one of the straps for the wide receiver. Not a bad crowd on hand this evening.
Crusader side is filled. We're talking to a bunch of people out in the walking area, I guess, over there by the concession stand, and everybody's ready for some football. 2nd down and 4 from the 28-yard line. Crusader offense, handoff, first man through, Ice, big hole into the 20-yard line. He's still on his feet down to about the 15 or 14.
Brandon Ice hitting the hole quickly. He doesn't need a big hole. He gets off the ball quickly, and he just overpowers the defensive tacklers as he moved from the 28 to the 15. So that's 13. So what? On the last 4 running plays, 11, 13, and 13. That's a lot of tonnage.
Ice and Lucchino combined for 85 yards on the ground so far. Ice with 48 and 4 carries. Lucchino 37 on 4 carries. 1st and 10 from the 15. Pavlik split to the left side. Lucchino lines up on the left side, left halfback, and the handoff will be Petrozzi will keep it himself, and he's going to be pulled down at the line of scrimmage. Getting in there for the Saints is number 33, Jason Martinelli. Making a nice play to come from behind to get him.
Jax, I don't know if he missed a handoff or not. It's a possibility because there were no blockers out for Petrozzi except the wide receiver.
Give him a pickup of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. Gary Bacone told me to make sure I give him some airtime tonight for winning. His team won a tournament out at Spring Hills today.
Is that right? Which tournament?
I don't know.
Well, that was the Mill tournament.
2nd and 9 from the 14 for the Crusaders. 6:20 remaining. Fake handoff. Petrozzi under pressure. Throws on the flat. Ice open inside the 10. Down to about the 5-yard line before he's driven out of bounds.
That's the play they used earlier that Ice dropped the football. This time he concentrated on catching it before running and makes a positive gain, and that's going to be close to a first down. They'll bring the sticks out, I think.
He'll pick up 9 yards on the reception. And it looks like he should have enough. It is. You're right on the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Crusaders. So the Crusaders taking the ball with 10:18 remaining here in the first half have taken 4 minutes and 5 seconds off on this drive. They started from their own 18-yard line.
This is the 12th play of the drive, including penalties. And those are the types of drives coaches like to see. You wear down the defense. You give your defense a little bit of a rest, and you put points on the board.
1st and goal from the 5.
Double tights with the bone.
Handoff. Second man coming through down to about the 3 or 2-yard line is Paul Marook for the first time.
We've rarely seen him carry the football.
And to look for a second, I thought I had the wrong number.
Yeah. I guess what they're going to do here is when they go to the wishbone, they're going to use Marook as the 3rd running back.
2nd and goal for the Crusaders with 5:45 remaining in the first half. 7-0 Steubenville lead. This time Marook's also in there with Lucchino and Ice. Petrozzi, hands off Ice, he's in, touchdown. Just kind of waltz right in there. A big gaping hole on the left side by the offensive line allows them to go in, and the Crusaders lead at 13-0.
Nice when you got a horse down there inside the 5 that runs as hard as Brandon Ice does with that big offensive line. We mentioned 245, Campana 260, Golick 252, Thorne 241. That's a lot of tonnage up front.
So the score comes at the 5:32 mark of the 2nd period, and Dennis will be in for his 2nd point after attempt. Petrozzi will hold. Snap's a good one. Placement down. The kick is up, and the kick is going to be no good. Wide to the right. So Dennis sends that one over to the right side. It's 13-0 Central with 5:32 remaining in the half. He had for about 5 minutes and 39 seconds the next couple of possessions. A minute 18, 2:37, a minute 42. So they really haven't held the ball very much since then.
Sounds like the Illinois offense. Although Illinois had the football for a long time in the first half and had 5 points, a field goal and a safety.
Yeah, at the end of the 4th inning, it was, what, 10-5?
Yeah, it was 7-5, and Keith Jackson said, bring in the relief pitchers.
Kick is away. It'll be taken. It'll be fought for, but Jones will finally take it at about the 18-yard line, up over the 25-yard line, but driven down at about the 28-yard line is number 7, Chad Biggio, getting in there, making the tackle.
That's twice we've seen Biggio down on the specialty units. He's a good special teams player as well as a starting quarterback, and I think what messed the timing up on that kickoff return, Jones and Fox were fighting over the football.
Biggio still has his hand tape from where he broke a bone in his hand in the Legion season. I don't think we'll see him punching the ground here in football season.
I don't think so, unless it is very high turf. I like the Michigan turf. Did they change that last year?
This year.
Or this year?
Yeah.
I just love the grass fields.
Well, they've had grass for a while, but they changed all of it this year from last year.
Oh, you mean they had grass last year?
Yeah. Starting that time, so they just got all new grass.
I'm going to Happy Valley next weekend. See the Nittany Lions.
Tusky ball at the 27-yard line.
It's an offset stacked eye.
That's pretty interesting. Handoff, no, won't be it as the flag comes down.
Now we see the stacked eye. That means the quarterback and 3 running backs lined in an eye right behind him. But they had 3 running backs lined to the left of the quarterback that time. I've never seen that.
Illegal procedure called against the Saints. They'll back them up 5. It'll be 1st and 15. Third penalty now for 20 yards.
Like you said, their initial drive was a beaut, but since then they've done absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
3 penalties now, 25 yards against Tusky Central.
First and 15 back at the 22-yard line. Land long count. Fakes the handoff. Now he's going to run. Got a little bit of running room out to the 20 to 25-yard line. The Crusaders drive him back as Daly, one of the guys to get in there to meet him, along with number 42 for the Crusaders, and that's Robert Orsini.
Daly's made some nice tackles. I remember him with a good shoestringer on Morrison earlier, preventing him from getting good yardage. And that time, the Land got almost 5, but could have got a lot more had it not been for Tommy Daly.
Got back at 4:45 remaining first half. 13-0 Crusader lead. Aaron Grigo split to the right side. Biggio on top of him. Here comes Jones in motion. DeLand back to pass, looking downfield, letting it fly. That's way overthrown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad Pavlik down around the 41-yard line. The pass is intended for Jones. Jones had a shot at catching up, but Pavlik with the inside position, able to come up with a turnover.
I didn't think anybody had a chance to catch that because he was unloading it immediately, but an excellent job. Brad Pavlik running under that and making a super interception. So the Crusaders now with 4:26 to go in the half can put a third score on the board.
Tusky again only has the ball for 1 minute and 6 seconds on that drive. So the Crusaders will take over first and 10 from their own 41. Coming up at halftime, we'll have the Crusader Marching Band and also the Unibank Halftime Scoreboard Show with Dave Elias back at the station.
If they go for the juggler vein here on the long bomb to Marook.
Trozzi, short drop, pass over top. Marook's open. He's got it down the sideline. Nobody's going to get him. Paul Marook's going to take it all the way in for a Crusader touchdown.
Well, I was waiting for a change. Marook had 1-on-1 coverage over here near the Crusader bench. Many times coaches after a turnover want to go for the bomb, and that's exactly. And boy, Petrozzi just laid it under him on the full stride.
That's the way to do it. Quick and painful. 59-yard touchdown pass. Paul Marook from Joe Petrozzi, and it's 19-0 Crusaders.
Marook with his third catch. Petrozzi now has hit 5 of his last 6 passes for 99 yards.
How about that for a drive? 1 play, 59 yards, 9 seconds. Troy Dennis will come on to attempt his third extra point of the evening. Good snap, placement down, the kick is up, and this one hits the upright and bounces back. No good. Wow. So at 4:17 remaining in the half, Crusaders extend their lead, 19-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
You were born to save.
And you can throw the football. You've got a lot of weapons.
Rook getting set to kick it off. Jones and Fox deep for the Saints. The kick is away. It's a high short kick. It's going to come to the one of the up men, but it'll bounce back to Fox with a big running start, 35, 40-yard line, knocked down at the 41. Getting in it for the Crusaders, number 33, Nick Tuttle.
Meanwhile, I thought that the big Brian Morrison should have fielded that football. Fox very lucky that he was able to field it on the first hop. Morrison was right there to catch it.
So Tusky will take over first and 10 from their own 41 with 4:12 remaining in the second period.
This game was moving quickly until we got all these quick scores.
Crusaders scored 2 touchdowns in a span of a minute and 15 seconds. 41-yard line to land under center for first down. And the handoff to the big man coming through, and he is down at the 42. Only a pickup of 1 yard for Morrison. Going to bring up 2nd and 9.
Mike Campana, 260-pound defensive tackle, one of the rotating defensive front 4 that the Crusaders use. Right now it's Clark and Fort at the defensive ends, and Campana, and I think that's 77, Golig at the defensive tackle. Or is that 78? Greg Anderson's in there right now.
2nd and 9 from the 42. The Deland has Fox starting to come in motion. Now he'll take the handoff. No, he won't. It passes up in the air. It's complete to Morrison at a 45, out to the 47-yard line. Good coverage by the Crusaders. Orsini and Biggio able to get to him and bring him down after a gain of about 4 or 5.
That's good linebacker, cornerback action.
Out to the 47, a pickup of 5 yards.
3rd and 3. It's big down for Tusky if they want to stay in this football game and avoid a blowout, trailing 19-0 under 3 minutes to go in the half. They've got to maintain possession, but I still go back to that play on 4th down and 15 at their own 20-yard line when they fake the punt.
Stacked eye, off bounds again on 3rd down and about 3.5 yards. Deland will fake the handoff, rolling left, looking to throw. He does. It's way over top the head, intended, and a late flag coming in as the pass was intended for number 22 for the Saints, and that's Tim Bachman, but a flag coming in from the back.
Bachman was the only receiver out in that pattern, and he was surrounded. And Deland did the right thing. He threw it over his head. There was a grab, but that ball was uncatchable.
Right. So the pass interference penalty will be called against the Crusaders. It'll be 15 yards from the 47, and that'll give Tusky their 5th first down. Points on the board. 34, Mike Hinkle was split to the left side on 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line of the Crusaders. Jones doesn't get the handoff. Deland keeps it. He goes outside the 35 to the 30-yard line and finally pulled down at about the 28-yard line by number 12 for the Crusaders, Mike Zukoski.
Meanwhile, Deland, nice ball handling. He's run that play 3 or 4 times. He's got good yardage, and if he gets a block from his fullback Morrison out in front of him, he could have cut it to the outside. He missed the block on Zukoski, who made the stop.
He's close to first down yardage. He'll call timeout for the measurement, and a good ball fakes, and Deland able to get out there and make the corner. So a nice run of about 10 yards. Clock stopped at 2:27 for the measurement. And he does get the first down. The 6th one,
but I'm saying first down numbers are close.
Yeah.
The score is not. 19-0 Central, but the Saints threatening late here in the first half.
28-yard line, 1st and 10 now for the Saints. Clock starts to roll, 2:13. Jones coming in motion to the right side. Deland hands off to the big man Morrison, and he's tripped up immediately. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard out of it as the Crusader defense not fooled. Ice one of the men in there.
77 Golick at the bottom diagnosing that play, as did the rest of the Crusaders.
Morrison with a yard pickup. He's got 9 carries, 14 yards. Second down and about 9. The clock continues to roll with a minute 35 remaining in the half.
They went into a front 3 this time.
Jones coming in motion again to the right side. Deland back to pass. Throws across the middle. Complete to Fox at the 25 to 20. Makes a move to the outside to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, to the touchdown.
Yeah, Fox left Mike Zukoski standing in his shoes with an excellent move, and that's a nice throw by the young quarterback. We saw Fox earlier in motion coming out of the backfield and making a nifty game. Coach remembered that play and came back with it.
28-yard touchdown pass from Deland to Fox, and the Tusky Saints are on the board with a minute 21 remaining in the half. 0 for 1. Deland will hold, and Morrison will attempt the kick. Morrison looks like a straight-ahead kicker. I don't see too many of those since Mark Mosley retired. High snap, placement down, the kick is boomed way to the right.
Looked like one of my shank 9-irons today, baby.
That was a laser over to the right side.
I wasn't shanking today, Jack. I was pulling it.
Jeez. Morrison getting set to line it up with a minute 21 left. Crusaders will have a little bit of time. Morrison's kick is away. It's high. It'll come down to Marook at the 15, up over to 20 to 25 as a whole, 30, 35. Spins out to the 40 still on his feet and then bent backwards. A late flag coming in. The ball is loose. And the officials say that the Saints have it. Now we'll see what happens on the flag. Paul Marook was bent backwards. Lucky he didn't get hurt there.
Unless you got a face mask, normally a flag on the kickoff is against the receiving team.
This could be big for the Saints if it goes against the Crusaders.
Chop block. You sure there was a fumble?
Yeah.
Legal block against the Crusaders.
Crusader defense coming out on the field.
You're right. We didn't get to recover. We know the Saints have it, and with a minute and 12 to go, they're in business at the central 40-yard line.
But on the central 40, with a chance to get something else here. Fox in the backfield. Jones set up on the left side. Tusky wants timeout. 1:12 left to go in the first half. 19-6 Central lead. We'll be back after this message. 1:12. They're going to have to go a little bit of a hurry up here. Delay and calling signals. Here comes Jones in motion to the right side. They'll give the handoff to Morrison. Morrison met in the backfield and then driven down after a short gain. Ice getting in there first to get a hand on his jersey, and then a couple of Crusaders, including Jason Golick, getting in there to make the stop.
Don't like the call because I think they're out of timeouts. You run the football, the clock continues to roll. The play coming in from the bench with Mike Hinkle, and they're still not out of the huddle, and now you're down to about 45 seconds, and they probably won't get the snap until there's 40 seconds.
The 37-yard line, second down and 7, clock down to 40 seconds. DeLand taking a lot of time. Jones coming in motion again. DeLand back to pass. Now looking, throws across the middle. Pass is incomplete. And a good thing, because if it had been completed, the clock would continue to roll. But it stops with 32 seconds remaining. For Jackson Brindley.
Central here, you don't want to, A, commit a penalty. 2, you don't want to let somebody get behind your secondary.
Rook and Pavlik taking a couple of steps back.
See if they put the blitz on.
Third down, DeLand handoff as Jones moving to the right side, looking to throw the football, being pressured by Taylor. Then he'll take it up and run, and he'll be nailed at the 34-yard line. So only pick up 3 yards. Meanwhile, the clock will continue to roll. We're at 18 seconds.
Jones has to throw that football. They have no timeouts left. Either get out of bounds or throw it away so that the clock stops. They may not get a playoff. Very poor time management here.
8 seconds, 6-5. As they get up to the line of scrimmage, 3, 2, 1, and they will not get the play off. So poor time management on the behalf of the Saints, and they waste a golden opportunity to get more points on the board. We're at halftime with the Crusaders leading it by the score of 19-6. We'll be back with the Crusader marching band after this. But they may have gotten after a punt, but definitely not too many things going right for Tusky. The kick is away by Morrison. He booms this one. It'll be taken by Marook at the 4. Marook over to 10, coming to right side as Lucchino with a block out to the 20, 25-yard line, and Marook will finally be pulled down at about the 27.
Boy, nice job by Aaron Grego. He's about 5'3", 110 pounds.
First and 10.
Central with only 20 plays in the first half at 186 yards. 31 plays for Tusky. Yet Central leads at 19-6.
And they'll start off with a football here at their own 26-yard line. First and 10. Coming in motion for the Crusaders is Brent Ferroni, and then a flag goes down as apparently one of the interior linemen for the Saints jumped into the neutral zone, and it'll be a 5-yard penalty.
Nice way to start the half of the Crusader offense, first and 5.
Thank you very much. It'll be first and 5 from the 31. They'll keep the same play. Lucchino. Here comes Ferroni in motion to the right side as Petrozzi will hand off. Second man through is Ice. He will fight his way out to the 34, maybe the 35-yard line. He'll still be about a yard short of the first down on a pickup of 4 yards. This time split out to the right side is Marook. On second down and a long yard for the Crusaders. Ice and Lucchino in the backfield as Petrozzi barking out signals. Hands off. First man through. Ice again. Big hole 40, 45-yard line before he's dropped there after a pickup of 10.
That time Ice decided to take it outside rather than just try to barrel over some people. And actually, he could have gone the distance had the tackle not been made on the far side.
Havlik will come out. Ferroni will check back into the Crusader offense. First series of the third period. You know what? I'm stepping on you. This should be you.
Whatever.
You want me to go now? Then you can have the fourth?
Yeah, go ahead.
I just realized.
You've stepped on me a lot over the years. I've been able to bounce back up.
I'm paying you back for all those years before. Petrozzi back to pass in the pocket, sets up, passes intercepted, picked off by Jones at the 40 to 30-yard line, 25, and driven out of bounds at the 22.
An excellent read by Scott Jones. He just read Petrozzi, who just zeroed in on the tight end, and as a result, zeroing in on one receiver, and Jones.
Number 10, Nate Vaughn, checking in late. Under center is DeLand. He'll hand off to the big man Morris, and he bounces to the outside to the 20, and he'll still get on his feet and rumble over Crusader tackler down to about the 18.
Yeah, Biggio and 42 Orsini tried to grab him up high, and when you got a big boy about 240, 250.
Saints threatening after the interception by Jones. DeLand under center. Now he will fake the handoff, and he'll come left side, set up, and throw back across. Jones with a reception, almost tackled in the backfield. Now he'll be pinned back at about the 22.
Good read by Orsini. Left outside linebacker. Stayed with Jones. Stayed at home and didn't get him faked out. Even though he didn't make the tackle, he slowed him down.
So DeLand's pass is complete, but they will lose 4 back to the 22. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Saints. They've got good field position and need to take advantage of it, but the Crusader defense has dug in.
There's that unstacked, there's a stacked eye left.
And barking out the singles. They've got a lot of guys on the right side, and a fake handoff to DeLand rolling right side. Now he decides to run up to the 20-yard line, down to about the 16-yard line before he's knocked down. That'll bring up 4th down.
On that stacked eye, that's the second time they look like they play action, but they're only sending one receiver out. It's pretty tough to find somebody when there's only one receiver in the secondary.
It'll be 4th down and about 5.
8.5 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Big play for the defense. This Central fires with a little blitz here.
4th down play. DeLand barking out signals. Long count. Fakes the handoff, and he's going to be smeared in the backfield as Brent Ferroni comes in from the right side and buries him back at the 32.
The dreaded blitz. Ferroni, the outside linebacker on the right side. Nobody laid a glove on him.
Make it back at around the 23-yard line. A loss of 7. So the Crusaders will have the football now at 1st and 10 from their own 23.
Big Red coaching staff over here in the computer room, scouting the Crusaders. Anthony Pirro, Fred Hetherington, Ted Gore.
The stands,
yes,
right?
all you got to do is drive to Jewett and turn left at the farm.
1st and 10 Crusaders at the 23-yard line.
We'll be there, Dave.
Pitch back to Lucchino. Here he comes over to the 25-yard line, still on the speed, fights his way out to the 28 or 29 before he's knocked down there. But good cutback ability again shown by Lucchino as he gets good 1st down yardage. Pickup of 6.
Central, though, just hasn't had a whole lot of running plays. Is that their 15th running play?
Yep.
They've got 109 yards. They've already thrown 9 passes.
2nd down and a long 4. 7:43 remaining in the 3rd period.
It's getting hot in here, as is my imagination. I like your NBC hat. Pretty tough to wear a hat indoors when it's hot.
Yeah. When you have hair like me, as a pitch back to Lucchino, he gets over to the 30-yard line, still on his feet, out near the 35, cuts back in the middle of the field. Has some room out to the 40, 41-yard line before he's finally brought down.
Central using the option for the first time, faking Petrozzi to a diving ice to fullback and then pitching back on the speed option.
12-yard pickup for Lucchino and another Crusader 1st down. I have him for 11 now.
Correct, and 121 yards now on the ground.
Lucchino with 6 carries, 55 yards, and Brandon Ice with 7 carries, 64 yards.
That's all the extended forecast. Low 80s and no rain.
Good, love it.
Through Thursday.
Clock down to 7 minutes. 1st and 10 Crusaders on their own 41. And they almost got a lineman to jump. They didn't. Hand off to Lucchino. Big hole, 45-50. Got cut to the outside. It's a foot race. Lucchino to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 15, down to the 10.
Nice block thrown by Paul Maruca. Helped spring Joe Lucchino, who I thought was gone, but was caught from behind.
A pickup of 31 yards for Lucchino down to the 10-yard line. 12th 1st down. Lucchino now ups his average. 7 carries, 86 yards. He and Brandon Ice have carried 14 times combined for 150 yards.
How many yards did he get on that carry?
31.
I must have missed a play before then.
The 12-yard. There was a 6-yard play, and then the 12-yard play, and now a 31-yard play.
41 to the 10. Thank you.
See, I don't have those fancy stat sheets. I had just wrote a 41 down. So a 49-yard pickup.
Now 170 yards on the ground on 17 central carries. That's 10 a pop, and Petrozzi dropped a couple of snaps.
While the play is stopped on the field, we'll take time out for this message from Physical Therapy Associates in Steubenville.
I think is in at the tailback position. He plays outside linebacker on defense. This is his first appearance on offense, 165-pound senior.
Hand off to Ice, first man through, bounces off a tackler to 5, and he's going to take it in for a touchdown. Brandon Ice has galloped his way through the defense for a 10-yard Crusader touchdown.
Ice with his third score, and you just can't tackle him high. They tried to grab him high, and he just sheds those tacklers.
25-6 Crusader lead now with 6:34 remaining in the third period.
Took them only 4 plays, all rushes, to go 77 yards after they made the big defensive stop at the 23 on the sack by Orsini.
Minute 38 on the drive. The Crusaders will go for 2. Petrozzi will pitch back to Ice. He'll let him run. He'll get to the outside, and he'll waltz in easily for the 2-point conversion. So 27-6 Crusader lead with 6:34 remaining in the third period. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Associates is the proud winner of the 1996 Reader.
To use his case, he's got him high on the kickoff. He's got to get him a little deeper.
He'll kick it off to Jones and Fox. It's high and it's short. It's going to bounce at the 26. It's going to drop, and Fox is going to have to fall on it at about the 27.
It's a smart play by Fox, because if he tries to scoop that up, he could have been in big trouble.
Split out to the left side is 34, Mike Hinkle. And now we've got a fraction. The flag comes flying out.
Neutral zone violation. Defense, I think.
5-yard penalty against the Crusaders, and for the Crusaders, that's penalty number 6 for 55 yards. So it'll be 1st and 5 now out of the 32-yard line as DeLand getting set. He'll hand it off, first man through Morrison. He skitters his way out to about the 35. Pickup of 3.
I was watching one of the offensive linemen, 65, Keith DeCaminata.
From the 35-yard line. Clock start continues to roll. 6 minutes remaining third period. DeLand. Handoff again to Fox this time, and Fox is met right at the line of scrimmage and driven down. Getting in there for the Crusaders is number 79, Derek Thorne, getting some help from 74, Mike Campana. So a loss of 1 for Fox.
Tusky still
to the left side this time, and they'll go at 3rd down and about 3. A long count, trying to get the Crusaders to jump. Doesn't do it. Gives it to Morrison. He's met in the backfield. Spins forward to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Orsini again. He's made a couple of big plays.
No gain from Morrison. That'll bring up 4th down.
I think I gave him credit for that big sack. And I'm thinking Orsini plays left outside linebacker. That was Brett Ferroni, 20, who I gave credit. Then I said Orsini had made the big play. Brett Ferroni plays right outside linebacker.
That'll bring up 4th down, and while the play has stopped on the field, we'll take time out for this message from Physical Therapy Associates in Steubenville. As Jones comes up to the line of scrimmage again, I don't think we'll be fooled this time with the Crusaders. 2 upbacks will come up, and now they'll shift into punting formation. Biggio is the upback at the 50-yard line. And a snap at the fake, and it's good as number 33, and he's not going to make it. Jason Martinelli stopped right at the 36-yard line.
Central very alert. 2 times on fake punts. Have snuffed them both times and got excellent field position. The first time at the 20, now this time at about about the 37.
I'll give credit
Now
to
they're going to bring the sticks in, but this one's definitely going to be a ball and a half short.
At least maybe 2 yards short. 4:55 remaining on the clock, and I'll give credit to Tusky. They keep it interesting out there.
Well, that one I got no problem with, but I certainly had a problem with the first one on 4th and 15 at your own 20.
Yeah, that's not even close. That's a good full yard and a half. So the Crusaders will take over on downs with 4:55 remaining. Reach. Latest score update from Pitt Stadium. The Mountaineers have raced to a 24-0 lead over the Panthers and Billy West. First down for the Crusaders outside the 36-yard line. Hand off to Ice. Big hole at the 30-yard line. Ball's loose as it pops out. The Crusaders have a chance to recover. It's still loose, and it'll be picked up by the Saints inside the 25.
That wasn't Ice. That was the new fullback, Ryan Potenzini, 165-pound junior. Had a nice gain, tried to get the extra yard or two, and the ball popped out. One pass intercept. I think that, along with the 6 penalties, may be a couple of things that maybe will get on the mind of Coach Farrar and staff.
First and 10 now for Tusky. Deland back to pass, rolling right side, now throws back over top, intended for a receiver, number 44, and that is knocked away. Brandon Fox intended for him, but Crusader defense responds. Number 12 coming in there, Mike Zukowski.
Yeah, that was a high infield fly toss on that one with 2. You mentioned Gary Bacone's squad winning out at Spring Hill.
He didn't tell me anybody else. He probably did it all himself.
Well, 2 of my heroes were golfing there from the mill today.
Deland getting pressured by Ice, slips away, and then he's tripped up by number 86 for the Crusaders, Nick Lametries, and then a late flag coming in.
Deland doing a good job of running for his life and slipping through Ice's tackle. He could have dehorned him.
He was taken down at around the 19-yard line.
Loss of 5, but they're going to tack on either a face mask or a personal foul penalty.
Personal foul against the Crusaders, a 15-yard penalty. 7 penalties, 70 yards.
So you don't know who was on Bacone's squad, huh? I know.
No, he didn't tell me.
My hero, Biggie Polshaw, and Captain Arasevich, hero were playing out there in that mill tournament.
First and 10 from the 34-yard line. Deland with a handoff to Morrison. Has a little running room out to the 40-yard line, 45-yard line. Finally drilled at the 20, at the 46. Now we'll have first down yardage from the 34 out to the 46, a pickup of 12. Morrison, that's the worst.
I don't dream anymore.
First and 10 out at the 47-yard line, 4:08 remaining third period. Here comes Jason Martinelli in motion. Deland back to pass. Sets up on the outside of the screen. Out to the 45, 50-yard line, and then knocked down immediately at midfield is Tim Bachman. He'll pick up about 3 yards.
That time, Robert Orsini was there, diagnosed like he did on a previous pass out in the flat, but Bachman was able to give him the head and shoulder and take it away and got by him for a short gain.
Second down at 7 from midfield. 3:30 remaining third period. It's a 27-6 Central lead. Deland with a long count. And he'll give it off to Jones. Jones at the 50 to 45, fights his way down to about the 43. He'll be close to first down yardage.
Jones looks like a nice tailback. He's got some pretty good speed. He can turn the corner, and he's got a little bit of jitterbug in him.
So he was pretty happy about that, and very impressed with the way his youngster ran. Third down, less than a yard. Fake the handoff to Land. Now caught in the backfield. He's going to be pulled down back at the 45-yard line. Interesting play on third and short, especially with Morrison in that backfield. And he'll be dropped for a loss all the way back at the 45-yard line.
I'm not sure what the play was. There was a receiver out in the flat, but he wasn't looking for the football. There was one other receiver that came from the left side. And Deland, Tusky's made a couple of calls.
So they'll go for it here. As Jones will go back into punt formation. Gets the snap. It's a good one. Getting in there is Taylor. They'll throw the flag. The ball bounce inside the 30-yard line. The Crusaders will get away from it. But the penalty flag back at around the 37-yard line.
Meanwhile, either Taylor or Mott on the board here. They have a shot, but they haven't been able to control Central's offense this evening at all. They can't shut it down.
First and 10 from the 40-yard line for the Saints. And the first hand fighting through is Fox. Get down to near the 36. Looks like they'll mark him at the 37. A pickup of 3 yards for Fox. He's now got 4 carries for 7 yards. This has been a long third quarter.
Yes, it has. I was hoping to get home and watch part of that Pitt West Virginia game and check out Billy West from Buckeye Southwest.
Hand off to Jones. Jones looking to go to the right side to the 35 to the 30 as first down yardage inside the 30 at about the 28 or 27. We're on the far sideline, so he'll pick up the 11th first down for the Saints. They'll mark him at inside the 27 and about the 26.
Brandon Ice gets up limping, and that time Jones tried to run right over Chad Biggio, who went low for the tackle and was able to trip him up. And I'll tell you what, I like Jones' shiftiness, and then he turns on the speed.
Clock running with 40 seconds remaining in this third period as Brandon Ice checks out of the lineup for the Crusaders. 27-6, Central lead. Saints marching. Handoff to Fox. Fox with nowhere to go is going to be hemmed in. Flag coming in. I think we're going to have a face mask.
Oh, that's a tough one because you got him hemmed in for a 5-yard loss. You got 4 blue shirts around him, and somebody grabs the mask. And Central's just getting mangled by penalties.
5th penalty of 15 yards. First and 10 now for the Saints.
They've got, what, 2 penalties? 2 first downs on penalties in this drive alone.
Deland moving right side, looking to throw. Finally throws it up in the air, incomplete, inside the 10. He had to get rid of it instead of taking the sack back near the 30-yard line. So with 6 seconds remaining in the third period, they'll have another shot from the 17 with 2nd down and 10 coming up. He had a 2nd and 10 from the 17. Brindley is split to the right side. Land gives it to Jones. Jones looking to throw the football, throws it into the end zone. Man, wide open, caught, dropped. So they give him a touchdown. He caught the football and then got hit. But the official gives a signal for the touchdown.
Well, both of them raised their hand. There were 2 officials, the back judge and the side judge. They were right there. Now, the thing I saw was Jones had him wide open right away and waited and still found him open. Was it Fox that caught it?
84.
84, not 34? And Brindley if it's 84.
2 here, down 27-12 on the last play of the third period. Deland will hand off to Jones. He'll go right up the middle, but he'll be stopped immediately by the Crusader defense. On the bottom of the pile, getting the ankles is Mike Campana. And that'll be the final play of the third quarter with your score. Steubenville Central 27 and the Tusky Saints 12. We'll be back after these messages.
Quarter.
How about this for time of possession? Tusky 25 minutes, Crusaders 11.
Squibber. Crusaders will dive on it at the 25. Initially, I wondered if he was trying a little onside kick there the way he hit that one. Irregardless, Central starts. Lead now down to 15 at 27-12. Possession, 4 plays and a touchdown. Third possession, 1 play and a fumble. So they haven't had the football, but yet lead by 15. Petrozzi sets the squad. Ice back in at fullback, Lucchino to tailback. Wide receivers left and right. Fullback Ice struggles to get a few yards to the 29, maybe the 30. Got more than a few. The big man tough to bring down. Making a defensive stop, linebacker Scott Vaniola.
After 3 periods, the Crusaders with 19 rushes for 183 yards, 5 out of 9 through the air for 99, 28 plays, 282 yards. For the Saints, 48 plays for 145, 7 out of 13 through the air for 64.
Troy Dennison is a wide receiver. Along along with Brad Pavlik. Backs in an eye, blast play. Lucchino left side drives the tackler with him close to the first down at the 35-yard line. That was big. Brian Morrison hanging on to little Joe Lucchino, but Lucchino appears to be close enough for another measurement. We've had a bunch of those this evening.
Lucchino now 6 or 8 carries for 110 yards. Schrader's like, well, it's what you do with it when you have it.
Well, they've scored quickly, but they've turned it over twice, and they've committed all those penalties to allow Tusky to continue drives. Enough for a first down. Central's 13th. They're at their own 35. 11-17 to go in the fourth quarter. They lead by 15. Double tight ends this time for Catholic Central. Lamatrice and Clark, tight ends, wing back right with an eye backfield. The wing comes in motion. That's Ferroni. Last play, Lucchino gets a block, left side, picks his hole over the 40. Lucchino spins to the 42. Once again, Morrison making the tackle, but not before Joe Lucchino approaching 100 yards. He and Ice could both rush for 100.
Oh, yeah. The two guys make that play work. 77, Jason Golick comes out with a block, and Brandon Ice comes behind him, and they seal off that inside and allow Lucchino to have a nice, or excuse me, Ice to have a nice big run. He picked up about 7. He's got 85 yards now on 10 carries.
No, that was Lucchino that
that was okay. So that's 117 yards now for him.
Oh, Lucchino's got the 100. 200 on the ground for Central on 22 rushes. A 7-yard pickup, 2nd and 3. Ice on the drive. Ice to the 50. Ice loses the football. Saints around it. There's a fight, a scramble. Ice trying to get it. They're scrambling. It's a rouge. And it's taken by 34, Mike Hinkle. Is that what it's called, a rouge?
I don't know.
A scrum. It's a scrum.
Ice now with 100, or excuse me, with 92 yards on 10 carries.
First and 10, Tusky Central at their own 44. Morrison, left side, breaks one tackle, stands up another tackler, and then is buried by 3 other guys. Boy, that's a tough 2 yards to the 46.
Well, he runs hard, and he just won't be brought down. I think somebody was saying he was on the line last year.
Yes, he was, according to the newspaper
and they turned him into a fullback. Yards on 13 carries.
Double wing, single receiver to the left. Here goes a motion man. That's Fox. Look for him on the pass pattern. Play action. DeLand is buried. He had no time. Defensive end coming in, making the stop. Eric Taylor along with outside linebacker Robert Orsini on the blitz, and DeLand has been running for his life back there. Luckily only lost 2 back to the 44. Original line of scrimmage, 3rd and 10.
DeLand has more time when he sets up in the pocket and shows that medium short pass across the middle. When he tries to roll out, he doesn't have much time.
Tusky confused, calls another timeout, and they hurt themselves in the first half with some time play here for Tusky Central.
Yeah, they got 3rd down and 10, and they're still in this football game, but they need to do something here. Meanwhile, the Crusader defense looking to batten down the hatches and stop them.
Bubble. In motion, DeLand drops the snap and alertly picks it up and is down at the 45. He tried to pull out a little too quickly. That pressure getting to him that he's been feeling in the second half. Cover him was Eric Taylor, and it's 4th down, and let's see what the Saints do on 4th and 9 at their own 45. They line up in a full house backfield, double tight end, but normally shift. Now they shift back into punt formation. Scott Jones. High snap. Shanked it.
Popped him up.
Infield fly if fair. Gets a nice Saint bounce. Picked up by Marook at the 26. Breaks the tackle 30, 35, 40 out of bounds in front of the Crusader bench at the 44-yard line. So Paul Marook alertly picking up that ball that rolled right into his chest like he was playing center field for the Crusaders and for the Caramana Legion, and he returns it from the 26 to the 44, 18-yard return.
29-yard punt by Jones. And a net of 10.
The net's what is important. Squad sets Ferroni right, Marook left, backs are in an eye. Ice up the gut, breaks one tackle, carries the tackle, would have lost the football again 2 times in a row, and the Saints got it again. Brandon Fox, and there's a late flag.
Well, you
can't fault him because he's trying for extra yardage, but you got to remember, wrap the football up.
Yeah, once you get in that secondary, you got to realize somebody can get you from behind and pop it out, but he's just chugging along. The penalty called against the Crusaders, a personal foul.
Tusky back in business again. Not only do they get the football at their 43, tack on 15. 3 times on nice gains. First and 10, Saints. Central, 41-yard line. Play action, rolling out. Flipped, intercepted by Brent Peroni out of the hands of Brian Morrison. So, he give us, and he take us away.
Third turnover for the Saints, and the pass a little high for Morrison, and DeLand will learn as the years come on that you don't have to throw the ball that hard. And Morrison was out there in a flat. He was covered pretty well, but Peroni alertly able to come over and make the INT.
Central has it at their own 37. 7:29 to go. Still leading by 15, the Crusaders. Petrozzi back. He's going for the home run ball. Marook is out there over the shoulder. Catch. Marook out of bounds at the Saint 32-yard line. Great throw. Super catch. Driving Marook out of bounds. Nate Vaughn, but not until he has advanced the ball 31 yards down to the 32-yard line, and Marook is injured. So, with the break, Marook is up. We're going to keep it right here.
Marook 4 catches, 107 yards.
Boy, that was a beautiful, beautiful throw by Joe Petrozzi, and he's going to love, as I told you in the pregame, his receiver, Paul Marook, who has got beautiful hands. Placed in the lineup by Pavlik. He and Peroni are twins right, offset eye. On 1st and 10, play action. Petrozzi back. He's got a man open deep, and he goes over the middle, and he finds his receiver. I think that's Nick Lamatrice, 86, the tight end, inside the 15, down to about the 12. The man that I thought he was going to was Brent Peroni, who went down and out, heading to the corner. He was open, but Petrozzi had his eyes on his big tight end, the junior Lamatrice, and he makes the grab at the 13-yard line.
15th first down for the Crusaders. Petrozzi now 11 attempts. He has completed 7 of those for 149 yards.
Yes, 31.
For 100 yards apiece on the ground. Marook over 100 yards on receptions.
So Central with back-to-back first downs on passing. Tusky Central says we better regroup. 27-12.
Because I get up at 6 o'clock every
young
morning.
fella, well, what do you think I get up?
Yeah, but you don't have an 11-hour day.
You're 22 years old. High backfield, deep handoff. Lucchino picks his way. Lucchino 15, Lucchino 10, maybe to the 9-yard line. Second down, and well, he ran a long way to get about 4 yards. Yeah. 2nd and 6.
Yeah, he was trying to
25 rushes, Jack. That's 9+ yards a pop. That's a lot of yards. 2nd and 6 at the 9. High backfield. Ice and Lucchino. Wide receivers left and right. Clark tight at left end. Long count Petrozzi. Ice right up the gut. Ice will get his 4th touchdown of the evening as he drags tacklers with him into the end zone. Brandon Ice smells the end zone. 33-12. Ice from 9 yards out. Ice having a super game. Take away those 2 fumbles on nice gains when he was trying to get extra yardage.
4th touch, 114 yards on 12 carries.
Little Central, and I don't know how often that has happened, with 200-yard rushers in the same game as well as a 100-yard passer. A little bit of variety in that Crusader
100-yard receiver.
And a 100-yard receiver, too. Marook's got 100 yards?
107.
Wow. It's going to be tough to pick a Pizza Hut player of the game.
Might have to give a team one. They'll all be out there eating.
Dennis for the extra point. Petrozzi holding. Line shot. Looks like it's wide. No, it got through. 6:04 to go. The Crusaders have it in hand. 34-12 back after this.
Well, it's a 34-12 Crusader lead with 6:04 remaining in the 4th quarter. And what has turned into a scoring fest here as Brook getting set to kick it off for the Crusaders.
About the 17. Jones right up the gut. Now tries to cut to the outside. He won't get there.
Paul Marook, first man to get to him. Actually, that's 34, Menendez.
Under 6 minutes to go. For freshman quarterback Mike DeLand, formerly of Jewett, Ohio. Formerly coached. Fumble by Morrison. Scramble. Looks like the Saints got it because no Crusaders jumping up.
Yeah, looks like he just lost it. He was just
Morrison trotting out. New fullback is Fox, who plays a variety of positions. Receiver left, wingback right. Counter play. Here comes Jones on his favorite play. Jones across the 30. Jones maybe to the 31, possibly 32. Doubled up by Duke Ford and Troy Dennis, the linebacker defensive for Crusaders on the offense. And some defensive standouts too. 3rd and 7 after the 3-yard gain. Counter play. Jones is smeared in the backfield by the new man that just came in on the defensive line, and he says, I want some PT time. Dante Sanders, 6'3", 270, a sophomore. First time I've seen him in there, and he just bulldogged Jones to the ground for a loss back at the 26 of 5.
Saunders stands 6'3", weighs 270 pounds.
Dante said, Coach, I can do it. I need some PT time. Woo. He was in there quick. So it's 4th down, and they'll shift into punt formation with 3:50 to go.
You know, maybe the first time in a game this might catch a team off guard, but to keep doing it over and over again, you're not doing anything with that, just wasting time.
Now they call a timeout. Why? 3, 6, 7. They got 11 on the field.
Sideline also.
That's the reason behind him dressing differently then.
I think so.
Meanwhile, Morrison has gone back into punt formation, I think because Jones trotted off hurt. Oh, high. End over end. Aquino back, lets it bounce. Inside the 35, down at the central 31-yard line. Angelo. Who else did we miss in there? So you can get some other numbers. 64.
30, Ryan Potenzini.
64, Jason Winden as an offensive lineman. Tailbacks, 33, Nick Tuttle. Canelo, the quarterback. Last play, Tuttle, nice hold. Tuttle secondary. Tuttle over the 40. Tuttle may have 10 to the 41. Nick Tuttle, 6 foot, 170-pound sophomore, getting his first taste of varsity action. Just like we said, what was that man, Dante Sanders, in there with the big play? That's 251 yards unofficially on the ground. Pro eye. Canella, fullback, nowhere. Zini didn't have a chance because Canella was very slow in turning that time. May have turned the wrong way.
In the ball game, checking out is number 15, Eric Battistel. Also in number 25, Aaron Burcone.
Backs are in an eye. Tusky with a lot of subs in there also. Here's the toss. Trying to get outside.
Oh, dropped the football.
Is
Joe Hammock.
For Joe Hammock, and he forgot something. As the Crusaders fumble for the 6th time, 115 yards in penalties, and you're leading 34-12. Feel fortunate. Motion man is Fox. DeLand back in the pocket. Now sprints out. Tucks it under. 40, 35, 30. Pounded by Canelo. That's Angelo. But we got a flag back at the 33.
We're going to have a clip at about the 37-yard line.
Yep. Full with 2:15 to go. Saints still have their starters in. Thought maybe they'd get their subs in. Give them a chance to get some action. DeLand back in the pot. Look out. Over the middle. As a receiver, in and out of the hands of Jones at the 35.
Getting double teamed, the receiver, by Angelo Canella, and also number 53, Matt Tornay.
56, Eric Allen in that defense. 30's in there, Ryan Potenzini. 75, Chris Pierce. Spot a a few more numbers. Tuttle's on the defensive corner.
Yeah, I know Chris's dad. He's in our baseball drawing every year.
Fox in motion. 2nd and 20. Draw play. Morrison is massacred. Firing up and getting through. 75. Chris Pierce on the bottom. 53 for the Crusaders. Linebacker Matt Tourney, excuse me. The loss all the way back to the Tusky 48-yard line. That's a loss of 3. They got a tough one next week. They travel to Louisville, Ohio. The land back over the middle has his man. That's 33. Jason Martinelli, and Martinelli gets only across the 45 before he's collared down by Nick Tuttle, helped out by 56 Eric Allen. Gain to the Crusader 44 of 8 yards, and it'll bring up 4th and 15 as the clock ticks down. The wide receiver left is Mike Hinkle. Actually the split end. There goes Fox in motion. They're going to throw it. DeLand back in the pocket. Now scrambles out. DeLand cuts it back. Won't have the first down as he gets across the 40 down to the 37 as Dante Saunders pounds on top of his back. And the youngster, I think, panics a little too early. He's got a 19 and 29 are wide receivers and put them on top of each other, and they don't get the 6'5".
Yeah.
Look at them. They small dudes. Canella hands off. There goes Tuttle on the blast to the 40. And that'll be it. The Crusaders will win their opener as they led 19-6 at the half, and they win it going away 34-12. But they've got to travel to Louisville St. Thomas Aquinas, a very tough squad on the road next week. It'll be a short test for the Crusaders. Once again, your final: Catholic Central 34, Tuscarawas Central 12.